Welcome to Brett Ridgeway's Learning for Life video lessons, and on this lesson we are going to be teaching a tune called Cluck Old Hen, and this lesson will be different than most of the other lessons, and I'm going to actually be teaching this tune from a book that I have put together called Clawhammer Banjo Tunes, and this is the only time I will ever do this. I won't teach any other tunes from the book. You know, I'm doing free lessons, so one way that I do make money is to actually sell things. So I do have the book out there, and it's available. It's very reasonable, and it has 16 tunes and a CD, and it also teaches 3 different tunings. And what we do is we start in the tuning of G, and just by changing one string we move to sawmill tuning and teach a few tunes, and then we move or change just one more string, and that will put us in double C tuning. So you're learning tunes from or songs from 3 different tunings: standard G, clawhammer, and double C, which capoed at 2 is D tuning. And the tab is very clear. In fact, that the very clear, very readable, and very, you know, a lot of tab books. I've seen tab books, and you look through them, and it's like, you've got to be kidding. You know, just people make things so very, very difficult, and you know, anybody can make something difficult. My goal is to make things as simple and as easy as possible. So in this book, besides the tunes, you also get playing notes, playing tips, chord charts, and diagrams that you would need for the tunes, things of that nature. And I'm going to show you Cluck Old Hen tab at the end. Now, I will say right off that the picture that you will see at the end of the tab is not representative of the quality of the book. The book is very clean, very clear, but for some technical issues I'm having, when I turn it into a JPEG and reproduce it on this video, it tends to be a little bit blurry. So please don't think or compare the two, because the book and the picture at the end are totally different, you know, as far as quality. Also, if you're interested in the book, I will have a link on my video description that will take you directly to the book. And also, if you've been listening as I'm talking to Cluck Old Hen being played, that is from my Full Circle banjo CD, which I will also include a link to that. By the way, the Full Circle CD, there's a story behind that, which is basically, you know, banjo is the first thing I started with, and I've been doing many different instruments, but it's come back to the banjo, which is seeming to be what I'm really focusing on. So the CD is all banjo, and here's what I mean by that. I don't mean it's banjo with guitar or a banjo with something else or bass. Actually, you'll hear bass lines in it, and that's actually a cello banjo. So every single thing you hear on this CD is all banjo. I'm using a cello banjo, I'm using my Carolina banjo, and I'm using a Pisgah banjo, the Dobson Rambler. So if that's something you're interested in, I believe there's a sampler online, but I'll take you to that link. So let's get started. And if I can be of any help with this ordering or anything you might be interested in, just let me know, and I'll get back to you. But let's get started on the lesson. So let's get started with Cluck Old Hen. And as always, we will take it phrase by phrase, note for note. And remember to use the pause button as much as you need to, so that you can memorize each section as we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the hammer-on the 5th fret. And we're going to use our ring finger. So you're going to strike the first string. Get those fingers out of the way. And then we're going to do a ditty. And if you remember, I had said that I do the hesitations, which is, this would be a ditty, and a hesitation would be you would leave off the dit. So it'd be, so you make the motion, but don't play the note. So hammer on, open to 5. So ditty, then down to 3 with your pointer finger, diddy, so. And then you're going to do another hammer-on, open to 5, with another ditty, and then you're going to hit the second string open, and then a ditty. So here's what you have. So if you need to put the player on pause so that you can memorize that, do so. And then we'll move on. Your next phrase is going to be exactly, it starts off exactly the same. So you do the hammer on open to 5 with a ditty, then back to 3, and then we're just going to change it and we're going to do a drop thumb. So we're going to play the first and second strings, and then you're going to put your pointer finger over on the third string at 3, play that note, and then 3 open. So your second phrase goes drop thumb, third string, 3rd fret, open. That's actually the verse of Cluck Old Hen, and that's played through twice. So memorize that much. And I'm going to play the whole beginning together, the whole part A. And if that's sped up, it's... So there you have part A of Cluck Old Hen. It's a very short song, but we're going to make some changes on part B. Make sure you can play part A before we move on, and we're going to go on to part B. Also very simple, and there's actually some repetition. But you're going to hit the 3rd string open with a ditty, so it's... And then you're going to fret the 3rd string at the 3rd fret with another ditty. So it's open, ditty, 3, ditty. Open 3rd string, 3 at the 3rd fret, ditty. And then open 3rd again. And then you're going to bring your pointer finger over to the 4th string at 3rd fret. So here's what you have. You may want to shut that off for a moment just to make sure that you have that memorized. And we're going to play the last phrase, and it's going to start off the same way. Then you're going to play the 2nd string open, and then at the end you remember you did a drop thumb. So it's the same ending. Drop thumb, 3rd string, 3rd fret, 3rd open. Sorry. So let me play it all through for you one time. It's going to sound like this. So there you have Cluck Old Hen. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give you some variations for part B. And in the book I have 3 variations. There are many, many more than that. But I'm going to give you 2 of the 3. And if you want to figure out the 3rd one, you can do that later on at the end if you want to mess with it. But we'll talk about some variation techniques here. So here's your first one. This is for the chorus. You're going to play 3 open with a ditty. So And then you can do a hammer-on, open to 3. So you've got this. And then you're going to do another hammer-on the 3rd string, open to 3. And you're going to hit that 3rd string open again. And then without plucking a string, you're going to hammer on the 4th string at the 3rd fret. So if you notice, I'm not doing anything down here, but I'm getting the sound through the hammer-on. So it's... And then you're going to hit that 3rd string open. So that's one variation. Sorry about that. So that's one option. And let me just give you one more. You could also do 3rd string open, ditty, hammer on ditty, and then just simply this. 3rd string open, 4th string 3rd fret, open. I'm going to show you the tab for the book after, and you can take a look at that and see how that is exactly set up. And like I said, if you want the book, I have a link in the video descriptions that'll take you directly to that, and then I will also have a link to the CD that I made that is all banjo. And again, that CD, when I say it's all banjo, I don't mean it features banjo. I mean every single thing. You'll hear bass lines. That's actually a cello banjo. So everything on there, all the backup, everything is all different kind of banjos. So those will be there. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share, and we will see you on the next video.